take effort. Actually, if you go to files on the left-hand side in Lesko Help, the tabs there on the left, one is called Files. And there's 2 videos there. One for federal and state programs for housing, and another video there for local, county, and nonprofit. Okay. What I would do first, Hilda, to tell you the truth with that is a good place. You're looking for nonprofit counselors that are free. Okay. If you go to HUD.gov, and when you get to HUD.gov, then put in counseling, and then you'll see a map of the United States, and your state will be there, and then you click on your state and find the counselors near you. Now, if one of these people that you call up and they blow you off or whatever it is, that they don't like you, everybody has bad days and everybody's not good, and you got to live with that. But just don't give up. You just call another office. You'll have a dozen or so offices there. So you just call another one. Now, there's another great office, neighborworks.org, or is it neighborhoodworks? I forget. One of those 2. And they have a website of all their offices. They're similar kind of offices, but they're a little more sophisticated in housing. And I think are wonderful for your situation. And I would find any in your state and tell them what you're trying to do. Hello, Matthew, I had all your books, but my house burned down. And I have a new house now, and I found you. Yes, but you can't find the books because I don't do books anymore. No more books. No more teachers. No more books. No more pencils. No more books. No more teachers' dirty looks. That's a little ditty at the end of the school year we used to do. Fire got us. Yes, yes, my fire got us. Fires us up. That's what her job is. Fire people up. We're ready to go. Thornton, Thriveton. I got James Hilton. How are you? Yeah, I got lots of stuff. I mean, I just research every day, and I find so much good stuff. I just did something. I don't know if you could see this. Look at this picture. If you could see this well enough, this is the New York Times today. Maybe it was yesterday. And it's about rich people in Silicon Valley. But if you look close, look how miserable these people look. They're supposed to be rich. Wouldn't you think you'd be rich and be happy? They're gazillionaires or whatever the hell they are, Look at how miserable they are. They just such long faces. Now, I don't know what's worth getting rich if you have to have a long face like that all day. I mean, life is for living, not for being miserable. Sure, we have our ups and downs and everything, but that's why I think that the best lubricant for life is humor. Can you help me get a grant or a loan to buy a home? Yes, Mike Freed. There's lots of money for housing. You could start, like I mentioned earlier, at the HUD counseling office, but there's probably where you live, there'll be 100 and some programs for that. And it'll be at the federal level, state level, at the county level, at the city level, and also from nonprofit organizations. So that's why if you're a member of Lesko Help, you notice the plug. I have videos that tell you about that and show you how to research. My biggest, I think, hi, Matt, you're in there. Great. I think my mission now is to try to teach people how to use Google. That's our biggest problem in life, that nobody knows how to use Google, because Google is there to sell you stuff, because they make money if you buy something, if you spend money on somebody on the internet. They don't make money if you find a government office that gives out free stuff, because the government office ain't going to pay Google for anything. Sean, there you go. Can you help me with real estate investment? Yes. What is the best place to get a grant to open a business? Probably local. And then there's probably more things than grants that you want for a business. I mean, yeah, I guess the most popular questions are, guys, are I want a grant for real estate, and they're there. I want a grant for business, and they're there. But, you have to weigh that. And I think I'm probably, know too much to weigh it. I got it. Thanks. Okay. Thanks, Hilda. And you may or may not want it. What you have to do when you're looking for help like this, you're just looking for your options. You can't decide. You want a date. The more requirement you put on that date that you want has to be so high, weigh so much, have a certain kind of background and everything, the more you're cutting out your life and having a happy life. The object of a date is not the size or weight or occupation and things like that. It's friendship and relationship and things like that. So that's what it is. And see, that's why when you're looking for financial assistance or whatever, we have a habit of doing the same thing. We want a grant, we want so much money and all that. And that's really the wrong question, I think. But I understand it's natural in the same way or whatever, but you have to look at it as solving a problem. Solving the problem is get more income, right? You want more income. Now, whether you got that as a grant or you got that as, a direct payment, or you got that as a contract, or you didn't get it at all and somebody just gave you a boatload of business, that would solve the same problem, And the problem is most of us have a specific thing we want and we're looking at it, and you don't keep your eyes and ears open for other stuff that may be of value and get you to the same place, but in a different way. There's a lot of ways to Rome. All roads lead to Rome. That's it when I was taking ancient Greece and whatever. Okay, what is the website again for your membership? Actually, if you go to www.free.lesko.com/store, that's the best one relationship website. Free www.free.lesko.com/store. And actually what you'll see there, you're looking for Lesko Help. That's the service, Lesko Help. Yeah, and you join there and I'll help tell you. Like Linda, I thought she wanted to start a daycare business, but it was a nursery. So I thought, I'm not a country boy. Hilda lives in the country. And she's a member. She's on live here now too. And so I sent her, which I thought was just terrific sources for money and help to start a daycare business in her state. But she wanted a nursery. She wanted plants and animals and growing stuff and things like that. And Hilda, what I'm going to do first thing in the morning, I have a list of 100 sources of free money to do that. And some low income. Low forgivable loans and low interest loans and stuff like that. But I found this great source just for ag business. There's special money for first time farmers too. So you want to start a nursery and you're the first time doing this, out wherever you live. And there's a lot of special money for that too. So I'll find those things. And also, Hilda, remember, your county cooperative extension service is very good at this kind of stuff. And if you live in a rural area, you're probably more familiar with the county cooperative extension service than us city slickers. But they are in every county, whether you're rural, city, or whatever. They help you start businesses, and particularly agriculture programs. They are very attuned in. The federal government, now all the other stuff they may or may not know. That's why when you're looking for help and all this kind of stuff, it's no one person. Like I don't know everything either. I probably know more than anybody about at least consumer stuff, but I certainly don't. How long to get your approval in the group once somebody has paid? It depends on how soon I get my butt there. And then I have to make sure that your name in the group, is the same. That's right. If it's different from your name, if your name on Facebook, to join the group is different from the name you ordered, then I'm going to send you a message that, hey, I can't find you. You're probably a member somewhere, but the name on your membership is not there. So that's it. And again here, let me give you an address, email address. If I screw up, Lesko Free Radio at gmail.com. Okay, let's go free radio at gmail.com. Yeah, just ping me there and say, let's go. Hilda knows that. Hilda's good at beating on me. Money for ag visit. Looking forward to getting that info. Yeah, Hilda had a beat on me because I forget, especially in Facebook. I mean, it's good, but I don't know it well enough to be able not to miss when people are putting things at the third level in a discussion, that I need this. So it's best to start a new discussion when you need something from me, then it's easier for me to spot and do it. Or the other thing is, hi, Albert, nice to see you again. And it's just beat on me. I'm here. My only, thing in life now is to give you a source of something that can help you. I mean, I just can't think of anything better to do with my life. I appreciate your clarification. Oh, thank you, Oliver. So that's why just beat on me. I don't get offended anymore. I'm an old guy. I know I screw up. I screw up more in time, and that's why I want to be human. And that's why I'll admit I screw up. I screwed up. And so you don't, everybody tries to be professional. And when you try to be professional, you can't admit you screwed up, right? Because professional people are professional and they don't make mistakes. And that's unhuman. So if you have to act unhuman all day long, that ties you up in knots. You can't be yourself because you're not professional. You're a human being and you're going to screw up and all this stuff. That's why this professionalism has gone too far. All you have to do is be nice. Don't worry about being professional. Just be nice. That's what I do. What if I buy a house that I want to live in but run a restaurant out of it? Do I apply for resident? That depends on where you live. Don't worry about it. You buy the house first. Because there's so many other ways to have a restaurant in your house. You don't have to have anybody in your house to have a restaurant. Because now people deliver meals. So you could do that out of your house. And you get an Uber or somebody like that to deliver the meals for you. You get a website. I know people now, you know what they're doing? The one kitchen is doing like 5 different restaurants. Because on the website, you have the Chinese restaurant, you have the Afghan restaurant, you have American classic restaurant, all the same kitchen. Nobody comes to you and you just deliver. See? And this is what the new life is in our society. There's all new ways of doing everything. I just did a little video, I haven't put it up yet, about nonprofits and doing apps. Oh, what did you do with it, Lesko? Yeah, and there's grant money at the local level, to start a nonprofit. But don't spend money trying to be a nonprofit before you find out where you're going to get money to survive as a nonprofit, or if you already know the problem that you're solving for sure. So if you want to start a nonprofit, to me, you go work for an existing nonprofit that's solving the same problem. And you go volunteer or whatever and try to find out if what your idea is, you think the community needs is worthwhile. Then you go to your county government. And your county government has a whole bunch of money they give out every year to people who want to solve problems in the community, and those things. And actually, Hilda, if you're interested in nonprofit, I give you, Hilda's a member. So she gets a free report on the 10 best places to go to get money to start a nonprofit. So that's what I'm really trying to push the Lesko Health service, because I think it's the best thing I got. And the best thing ever. Otherwise, I'm going to send you a big report this way. Like she'll take some stuff and it won't work. And then she come back, hey, what about this? And what about that? And then for one price, $20 a month, it's all you could eat. It's a Chinese buffet. Those Chinese restaurants, wow. They have so much food on the table. It's amazing to me. I don't know how they do all that. But it's volume. And that's what I want to do. And that's how I learn. But that's why I have Lesko talk. I talk to people on the phone and understand their problems and be able to package things. Where's the best place? Yes, first you have to learn how to make the app's code. No, you don't. If you're doing an app, they're really, now people are raising money in crowdfunding to hire app developers to do this stuff. There used to be a lot more of that. Now it's not as much. There's 2 million apps, I think, in the App Store now. Let engineers in India create your app for cheap. Yes, but it's whether you have the app or not. So don't even invest in that app until you know there's a market for it. Okay, how do you find out there's a market for it? You talk to people already doing that business. Another way to do it is you do a fundraising campaign, a crowdfunding campaign. Say, I want to build this app. This is great. Give me, whatever it is, $20 or whatever, and you go and get that to your potential community to see if they have an interest. You want to be the first one to have this app, or whatever. That's the way to start a business. Don't sit there and think you know the answer. Shit, I know I can't do that. I would sit here. I've written 100 books and only 10 made money. Now just think, I spend 90% of my life doing something that I couldn't make money at, and I didn't know it ahead of time. And so it's even worse now because the country is changing so much. What do you advise me to do to join the site? So I could join $20 a month, but I need help. How would I get help from Super Lesko Help? Hey, by the way, I give away free suits every month too. Yeah, as soon as you sign up, you just ask a question. Hey, I need money to do this. And I start feeding you. And they say, hey, let's go. This is more shit. It didn't work. Okay. And well, let's try something else. I from Maine, Matt from Maine, Eminem, Matt from Maine. And by the way, I just chose the second winner today. This is the third suit I'm having. And we're going to choose a winner on tax day, April 15th. So you have now to April 15th to get your name in to get that. And not only do you get a free suit, you get a cape. I have super info capes, question man capes that you get, that comes with the suit. So you get a question mark suit and pants. It's a size 40, 42, all this, and you get a super cape. Hey, that's the super cape. Where's the super cape? Super cape. You want a super cape? Okay. And you got a super cape. And you could climb Google pyramids of websites in one bounce with a super cape. And it's all about asking the right questions. That's why I wear the question mark suits. That's why the symbol is very important to me. I started my professional career in about 1970, 72, 3. And that was the oil embargo. And that's when life changed. Information became more important than ever. That's when computers started being in business. And people all over the world were handing us our lunch. And you couldn't just worry about what's going inside the organization. You had to figure out what's going on the outside. Hi, from me. Matthew, get me in the suit sweepstakes. I need to. Okay, Albert, to go in the suit sweepstakes, sweepstakes, you got to go to free.lesko.com/store. That's also where you could apply to Lesko Help. Sign up, free.lesko.com/store, and ask for the free. You'll see a little video of the new suit too. And if you sign up for the free report that shows you how to search Google. See, I'm trying to teach more and more people about how to use Google effectively. Most people don't know. We're not trained in that. So this is why I have that free report. And when you get the free report, your name goes into the raffle. the question mark raffle. And I'm going to pull another one out of the hat in April 15th to have it. And we'll have another one after that. So if you don't make that one. But that's it. Google is not a nice company, just saying. Yeah, well, they're trying, and it's good stuff, but you got to know, it's like cars, you know. If you don't know how to drive it, you're screwed. Yeah, you're killing people. You're killing yourself. You demand. Thank you, Albert. And Google's the same way in my mind. Who else going to keep track of 10 billion websites, you know? But you have to know, and if you want to buy something, it's great, right? But to me, what it does is tell you that you have to buy everything in life. To me, what it does that's wrong is it tells you that the only way to get through life is buying something. You know, to me, it tells you that's wrong is that you don't have alternatives that you really do have. And that's the important thing, I think, in us getting through our lives is knowing our alternatives. And you know, the more media we have, it seems like the less we know about our alternatives in life. So if you don't know, there's an organization down the street that will do the same thing for free that Google says that you need to spend $3,000 on. It's crazy, right? And it's only function as information. And people think because of Google and the internet, I know everything. I can find anything. If you know the right questions to ask. And that's why answers are easy. Questions now are becoming the important thing, I think, in our lives. Let's see. When getting funding with the USCSO website to buy a home, can I get funding if I own a home and want to escalate? I'm not sure. Ernie, the real answer is you call them. Yeah. I could give you an answer. I'm not positive. I don't write the checks. And the real answer is some programs yes, other programs no. So that's the bottom line. If you're fixing up a house, yeah, you have to own it because the money is for fixing up your house, not you fixing up somebody else's house. So that's it. So that's why it is, you know, don't trust me. Don't trust anybody else that says you something. I mean, maybe some guidance, but you get the answer from the horse's mouth. It's easy to call these people, you know. They're there. They work for you. They're there. Nonprofit people. They're all nice. As long as you're nice. If you're miserable, then right, they won't treat you well. And there's some that won't treat you well even if you are nice. So I mean, you go to any store and it's that way too. So they're all human. As those glasses customs, I love them. These are, I found an artist who was, I can't find her anymore too. I would take cheap pair of glasses and she'd do them for like $50 or something. It was great. I used to buy very expensive glasses. You know, they're hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Oh, this is crazy. Now I just get them from China and have somebody pay them if I can't find fun enough ones. It's about fun. I mean, that's what clothing is to me. So my cars have question marks on it. Truth be told, Matthew, I look at you as a person who cares and a friend in many ways. You're a good. Well, thank you, Albert. That's nice. Is there a way to speed up the application process before somebody else buys the property, for example? It all depends. I mean, you go and sit on their doorstep. I mean, it is. You're gonna have to do effort. You know. Do you know the property or what? I mean, I'm not sure what you're talking about, Benny, but yeah, I mean, it is. That's up to you. I mean, if it's making okay, now here maybe what you're talking about. If it's a government process you're trying to speed up to get qualified or something like that, and it's slowed down, yes, you do have a way to speed up that process. See, I'm not sure what kind of process you're talking about. And what you do is you contact your elected official. You have two senators and a congressman. Plus, if it's a state agency giving you the money, then you have probably 2 or 3 state representatives or state senators, you know, that could help. And you contact them. They're the only people that could make the government work faster. You and I can't, you know, because we have, even though it's our tax dollars that pay their salary, you know, it's really the congressmen that approve their budget, and they work for the Congress and elected officials, not you or me. Do you have any info on trucking business or transportation funding? Yes, I would think if I was a trucker, I would want to get government contracts to truck stuff. if you have truck. If you need money to buy a truck, I would do is the first step I would take is go to your small business development center, because that's an asset, probably easier to get money for. And trucking is now a growing business because they need more drivers than ever before. And they're looking for drivers all over. So that's a growth industry. So that's probably a good business to be in. Make a deposit on a property with a legal backdoor contingent upon. I mean, all that legal stuff. I mean, if you need legal help, I would start with the county, with the HUD counselors, because if you're in the middle of buying a home, they provide all that kind of services for free. That's what they're there for. And they do not charge. That's what free means. They don't charge. And I would contact them. All the little if, ands, or buts. You have to get specific about something and then take it to them and find free help. Don't just look and see. If you go to Google and look for help with a contract for buying a home, you're going to get lawyers that charge you $200-300 an hour, right? You don't want that. Matthew, when getting funding for I am a home, I want, that's it. I think I covered that. I can't see it too well. It's a long way for me. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screens going on. The most important one to me is the Lesko Help, the Facebook closed group. That's what I'm spending my time with. That's what I see the future as, and my future is probably about 20 years. I'm 75 now, so 90, 95 probably is it. I don't know for sure, but I just biked 16 miles again today, so I do that every day. Make a deposit on the property with a legal backdoor, contingent upon. Anything is possible. People agree. That's what it is. Freddie, hi, Freddie, hi. So any other questions? I got a lot of stuff I ran into. Look at study finds that charitable giving increased by a sluggish 1.6%. So that's going up. So that's a nonprofits. How do you find these nonprofit grants? Not government grants, nonprofits. There are 2 places to find nonprofit grants. There's 2 databases. One is called the Foundation Center. And that's at your library, because they only sell that for like $1,000, $2,000 a year. And you got to go to a good library. Call your library if they have that. If they don't, they'll tell you where one is, maybe as close as not you. And the other one is GuideStar, GuideStar. And part of that database you could use at home. So if you go to GuideStar.com right now, I think it's .com, maybe .org, I forget. And you'll see all the grants. And see, this is important now too, because these are grants. So many rich people are starting their own foundation. So foundation, somebody's got a couple $1 million and wants to give it to help solve some problems. So they're looking for money to give to. So if you see a problem in your neighborhood and you're looking to solve that problem, then they're the kind of people that do. But, as I say, do not become a nonprofit before you know pretty certain that you have good places to apply for the money. Don't spend all the time, money, and aggravation becoming a nonprofit and then go look for money. No, you got to do it the other way around. It's the same way with starting a business. You find customers first. Don't find the money to start your business. You find the customers. Because if you find all the money to start a business, then go find the customers, you may not be able to find the customers, and you're over. So what you have to do first is find customers. Then you build it up. And so you don't have a perfect product, but you have something that you're finding customers. Okay, that's important. Here, New Jersey, increased minimum wage, $15 an hour. All that's increasing now. Okay, minimum wages. There's more and more states that are going to $15 an hour. A recent study of vehicles in 23 states found models with auto braking and forward collision warning systems have a 43% fewer front to rear crashes reported by the police. So all these warning things, that's cutting down crashes. Yeah, that's it. So that's sort of, I love data. Data everywhere, not a thought to think. Booking.com, that's where you go travel and stuff like that. The chimney is in the building salute. The chimney is in the building statute. I don't know what you mean. Any assistance available for electrical rewiring a house? Yes, there's a lot of fix-up grants. If you remember, I'll send you a free video of a lesson that shows you how to find all the fix-up money where you live, because most of it is all local. There's some federal. Most of it's local, nonprofit, and state. So because I show you what that process is, where to look in each city and county and state you live in, and get that all down for you. So you just don't say repair money for electricity. You'll find everybody who wants to get your money, not give you money. Always get ABS if you can. I speak from experience. Anti-lock brakes, yes. Okay, bookings surveyed 21,000 travelers last summer about their dream trips. 40% reported that they wanted to take or had actually taken a trip based on the results of their home DNA. So when people are doing these tests, you find out what your heritage is, and you send something in your tongue or something like that, and then you find out where your ancestors is. Well, 40% of the travelers now are taking that and going to the country that they said they're from. I wonder if somebody's bribing the DNA test. Here's something interesting. You know what a unicorn is? Not one of those horses with the things on them. I have a question. Is there a place where I can get my fence that fell? Yeah, I'm trying to do that in the backyard. And again, that's fix-up money for the house, Freddie. And that, if you're a member, I could send you that. If not, here's where to start looking. It's nonprofit organizations. First, go to your county. Your county government has a lot of good places to start, because most counties have fix-up money. You can't be a wealthy fat cat, but middle and lower income, there's a lot of grant money for that. Then there's nonprofit organizations for that. So make sure that you're only looking for .org or .gov when you're looking for fix-up money. Otherwise, you get somebody selling you something. And then your state. So your state housing authority is the fourth place. So they're the man. And then there's federal money too. There's federal money for grants for making your house more energy efficient. So your fence wouldn't qualify for that, but the person who has electricity probably would. Okay, unicorn. Okay, unicorn is a company worth $1 billion. Okay, now, I mean, the wealth in our country is getting astounding. Not the wealth of you and I. We're average working people. Not that wealth. The rich wealth. And there's more what they call unicorns. Companies within the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years have grown to $1 billion of capital. Billion. And that has now, like, here, Uber is going to be worth $120 billion. I mean, General Motors is only like $40 or $50 billion. So, and they've been around since Jesus, right? And all these big Fortune 500 companies are nowhere near 120 billion. And look at these companies that started 5 years ago are now 120 billion. Uber's like that. Airbnb's like that. Things like this. And so that's why that's important to you, because where the money goes, that's where the opportunities are. Okay. The other stuff is going down when this stuff goes up. So that's why I think it's important to know, keep an eye on that kind of stuff that's happening in our society, because opportunities happen when things are growing. When they're not, like now, you could drive for Uber and Uber and Lyft and those things, or deliver, food and all this kind of stuff. I mean, it's not big income, but it's extra income. And it's flexible, and you don't have to worry about getting paid and all that. And you don't have to worry about your boss, because you don't have one. You decide what to do. Your boss is an algorithm. You never talk to anybody. Yeah. That's what life is. Your boss is an algorithm. And that's what life is. Okay. In 2017, listen to this. This is something I found today. 2017, so 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, 342 murders. Baltimore had 342 murders in 2017. It's just our neighbor here. I had no idea it was that bad. Now, how bad is that? It's bigger than all of New York City. New York City had less murders than Baltimore, and New York City is 14 times bigger than Baltimore. So New York City is 14 times bigger than Baltimore, but Baltimore has more murders. So you get a good housing deal in Baltimore, right? One survey of 2,000, here's another interesting data I found. One survey of 2,000 primary care physicians, okay, your general practitioner doctor, okay, in 5 states found that 45% were bound by non-compete clauses. So this is doctors working for hospitals or doctor groups or whatever, which aim to stop doctors from taking patients with them if they move to another practice. So that means you've been seeing a doctor for 20 years and he moves to another practice, you can't go there, or he can't tell you and take you as a patient there. Now, businesses operate that way too. They have non-compete clauses, and when you get fired, you can't work for somebody in the business and all this kind of stuff. Man, and these are the same people. Like I heard doctors used to complain about, oh, they didn't want the government to take care of healthcare. They want to keep it in the private sector and make decisions. Yeah, but they don't want you to make a decision. They don't want the doctors to make their own decisions. If I own the practice, I mean, what happened to the free market? And they want it free for them, but not for other people, you know. And businesses are that way. They love capitalism and the free market, but not if you're going to work for a competitor, then it's not a free market. They don't think that it's right. Crazy. We're all hypocrites, aren't we? We're all covering our own ass. Going to be one of our first guests, Matthew, because you helped thousands of. Going to be one of our first guests, Matthew. What's that? I'm going to share something with you and our friends here. I am working to get a television series on the mainstream networks, and when Humanity Matters Live is on the mainstream, you're going to be, oh, I see. Oh, cool. That's nice. Or if you're doing a podcast or anything, I'd be happy to join. I mean, anybody out there. Or if you want to bring me, give me an airfare and I'll come to any city and talk and give out a lot of freebies for people. So if you want me to come to your library or whatever, all I need is transportation, and I'm there. I don't want to do it all for free because I want somebody to pay for something, make sure somebody shows up. And if you want to charge, that's great. We charge, we split some of the money. You pay for your expenses first to see if this is worthwhile. And I'll come out, sing and dance, and give out free handouts to people too, to educate. So we could take, for any state, I could come and talk about just what is available for free in your state. I would love to do that. And all that will happen, Matthew. It is a matter of time. Yes, I have 20 more years, Albert, so don't worry. I'll be here. But anybody wants me to come out and tell you all the programs are available in your state for anything, and then give you a list maybe of all the major ones there in your state. Come out, just get me transportation out there and back, and be happy to do that. It'd be fun. Here's something about tax returns. Oh, I want to do another thing. Yeah, there's a lot of unclaimed money in the tax. We'll do that later. But here, tax return refunds are smaller. A lot of people, listen to this. Tax refunds sustain American families for months after their initial boost on bank accounts, a recent study showed, which might make 2019 a tough year for taxpayers. So what they're saying, that people live off their tax refunds, okay? And usually for months because of that. But the average refund amounts to nearly 6 weeks of take-home pay for the typical household. That's amazing to me. The average tax refund is 6 weeks take-home pay. But in mid-February, that's like a week or two ago, the IRS said Americans could see their refunds diminish as much as 9%. So your tax refunds are smaller this year. So you're counting on a big refund, it ain't going to be as big as last year for the average. So maybe for somebody, maybe not for anyone. Hey, Matt, I have been listening to you, and so far I'm working with my state, and they are helping me with funding and contracts. Great, Effie, great. Stu, Effie, Stu, can you, let me give you a link, if that's okay, to leave a, I'm going to put a link in there to leave a review. I'm looking for reviews because that seems to work on social media. As having review, people say, because everybody thinks I'm just a huckster or something. And so that's seems to be important for, educating more people about this stuff, that it's not just shams, get rich quick, whatever, which everything is in the internet, right? And even my headlines fall into that because it's clickbait. I'm trying to get your attention. So if I can get your attention, educate you a little bit about this stuff, it'd be great if you bought something. But if it didn't, fine. As long as you're using this stuff, everybody can add a testimonial here. I'm going to put the link up here in YouTube talk. Okay. PA native, whereabouts in PA? Okay. See that? Okay, I just put a link up there. It's called Boast, BOAST.io. And for Lesko help. It'd be great. I just got there. Oh, Linda, where'd you get there? In Pennsylvania? Where'd you get, Linda? Oh, you're from Pittsburgh. Yes. No, well, that's a cool city now. It's becoming a little more hip now. Hope he's not leaving. Where you just get to Washington, D.C., Linda, or where? Bessie. Nice to see you again, Bessie. But where did you get to, Linda? You just got to Pennsylvania or not? Trump plans to eliminate student loan abatements. Maybe, maybe not, John. He talks a lot, don't forget. And I have a lot of reports. My new book on debt, any kind of debt. I just did a new book on all the government programs available for any kind of debt. This is student loan debt, credit card debt, personal debt, business debt, tax debt, all the programs that are for that. And there's hundreds of programs that I all got in one place for you, so you don't have to, go through Google forever. Matthew for president. Oh, that sounds like a job, Albert. That's awfully nice. Harrisburg. That's where I started really promoting books. Started in Harrisburg. I was trying to learn the system of getting publicity and telling people about my books for sale. And we started in Harrisburg. A young fella and I, who's a big publicist now in New York City, we learned the business together. Just saw you online. How can I get home of my own with fair credit score? Well, there's lots of programs depending on where you live, Bessie. I could do custom report. If you belong to Lesko Help, join Lesko Help, I think. Again, don't trust me because I'm selling this stuff, but it's the best thing because we're $20 a month and you quit anytime. I mean, like for that question, I'll show you where every place is. I'll give you a free course on finding every government program in where you are. I'm in the Hudson Falls, New York. Well, and anywhere. See, like that, because I do custom. I'll do the work for you, but I want you to learn this stuff too. I bought a book from you a while ago, but I loaned it to someone and they never gave it back. I guess that's good. I remember reading a story about Rudy Valley. He's an old singer, like from the 30s or something. This is maybe 50 years ago. So somebody broke into his car in Los Angeles and stole everything in his car except his records. I want to buy a house in North Carolina, but my credit is bad. Can you help me get a grant? I could show you every possible source of money, no matter what your credit rating is. Okay. That's what I do. I can't promise you anything. I could just show you every bloody program for North Carolina. Any city there is probably 100 and some programs. So that's what it's. I pay the thing. Yes, Bessie, please. And that's it. See, then you can keep coming back. When this doesn't work, then hey, well, what else can I do? And that's what I'm good at. I can keep, okay, this doesn't work, and keep thinking of new ways and new things to do, and other ways to attack the problem. Because our first way that we do something may not work. And the key to success in life is after that doesn't work, what are you going to do? And if you don't do anything, then your life goes nowhere. You have to start doing, www.leskohelp.com. Yeah. Do I need to send you an email? No, just sign up there. And then you have to go, when you get a response from, after signing up, then it asks you to go to the Facebook page, which is the Lesko Help Facebook group, and you have to request access. Then when you request access, then hopefully by the end of that day, I see you there and I find your subscription, I okay it, then you're in, and you just start asking me and shooting away. And there's a lot of free stuff right in there, books and everything, all this stuff. I'm giving so much stuff away in there. I got nothing to sell you anymore except trying to keep you there. And so, but the other thing, email me if your name is different on Facebook than the name you used in signing up. You know what I mean? So email leskofreeradio@gmail.com. Let's go. So you just email me there, if your name is different or if something screws up. Okay, will do. Talk to you soon. Yes, Bessie. Mr. Lesko, I love your YouTube channel. I purchased the one-stop book for Chicago. Will it be updated half if I'm not more than links information was not available? Oh, yeah, a lot of stuff that goes up all the time. Was that a business one or what was that, Red? Because instead of buying a new one of those, Lesko Help would be better, it's cheaper, and tell me what you're looking for. And I keep sending you, but all that too, that things, all that, like everything goes out of date, even if it's on the internet. And so I have a little video that explains what to do, when that happens. Because what you do is you look for the root of that, because it probably just moves somewhere in the organization. Boy, I can testify to that statement. The way Matthew, Humanity Matters, Live and Humanity Matters have been on the air for 15 years. This is my year to help people like you help people. Oh, nice, Albert. Humanity Matters. That sounds cool. Same with me. I live in Chicago and pay for the real estate report. Ah, okay. Now, Chicago has a lot of, if I remember, a lot. So if you'll see, the county level. Okay, so if that link does not work anymore, then you go down to the basic of you start moving into the link. It would be, cookcounty.gov/ or whatever / So you go down to find more of the root for the programs, because that program has changed or not there, but you use the same link and just move down on those slashes until you find one, because there'll be a main one that will be directing to that, and then the others will be on that page too. I don't know if that makes sense, but I got a video to help you on how to do that. How do some ebooks have old links, but the principles are still searchable? Yes. Yeah, and that's why in my printed books I used to put right in the front, this book is out of date, and it still is, because I'm doing all the research myself, and once I find them and everything, and then things change, and there's no way at the prices that I want to charge that I could keep these up to date all the time. So knowing that something like that is there, and it's going to take some extra evidence, like if you got a phone directory, right? And you got a phone directory from the phone company or whatever, and you know that they're not there anymore. That phone number changed or whatever. You know, that's our life. But you know they had one. So now you got to call information or something like that. Where is this? You know, I have one with all the information: housing, cars, education. Oh, yeah. Well, that's the big one. You have one for Illinois. Good. I will go watch the rest on this on your iCloud. Okay, good. Yeah, it'll be there. Actually, I'm gonna have to leave soon. My throat is going. It's fading. Okay, guys. Thank you again for everything. And I'm gonna be on my way. Thanks for putting up with me and the nice words you say. Go to watch the rest. Oh, yeah, thank you, sir. You bet. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you again for your kindness. And I'll be here 20 more years trying to solve problems. It takes work on your part. It takes work on all of us. Yeah. And that's why we have to be sort of like, what do you call it? Just flexible enough or understanding enough that there's no easy way. It's going to take a lot of work, no matter what the hell we do. And the thing to me is having places to try. That's the important thing. Because once you run out of places to try, then you're done. So the important thing is to keep trying. You got to keep asking women if they want to go out. When you stop doing that, you're done, or you run out of women, right? So you got to find a new one to ask. It's the same with anything in life, starting a business or whatever. Okay, guys, take care. Happy nap. I would like info again and again. Great. Don't forget we have Lesko Help. Lesko Talk. www. Yeah. And that's $2 a minute. Usually in 15, 20 minutes, I could, understand a problem, package some things, and send it out to you, the best places to start, or redirect you. A lot of times, this is what I do. Buy a new home for the first time. I live in New York and would like to know what kind of grant I can get and which book I can purchase from you about grants in New York. Yes, that would be the housing. So I would do a report that would show you all the grants and free.lesco.com/real estate. REALESTATE, yes. Okay, so that's the real estate one. And that's why I do a custom report for all the programs, Manhattan or Queens or wherever you are. Yeah. And okay, guys. Okay. I would like a session with you. Yeah, happy. Great source of information again. Thanks, Lost Treasure Chest. Linda Hunt, I'm trying to buy a house. Okay. Miss Hunt, Latoya. You okay, Latoya? Well, here's my Let's Go Free Radio. And if I don't answer in a day or two, just beat on me, okay? I forget a lot of stuff, and don't help like I should sometimes. So you got to remind me. And I don't think it's going to get better. I'm not going to get more professional. I'm probably just going to get worse. But I'm going to keep doing it, and until somebody comes along better that does it. Okay. Randall Nichols, R.I.P. William Nelson. Cheers. Which site can't be reached? Yeah, sometimes on these things I'm having. Oh, real estate? Oh, okay, let me try that. Okay, here's the. For a professional session with me is leskotalk.com. But here's the real estate one. Yeah, okay, so you could win a jacket. No, you can win. I'm raffling this off, and it comes with a question mark cape. And you go and download. There's a free download. At free.lesko.com. So do the free download, then your name gets in for the raffle. Okay. And that way, oh, wow, I haven't seen you in a while, Privet. How are things across the pond over there? God bless you. Now you say, well, John F. Kennedy, yeah, you should do that. Ask what you could do with your country. Would get quite questions when I were, yes. Listen, I've been on an hour, Privet, so I'm going to have to take off. And catch you next time. Thank you again, everybody.